I mean, I'm so happy that Alia's gotten this, I'm so happy. But I don't know if the most splendid, there is so much talent in our country that I don't even know if they really dig in and choose and, felicitate that talent enough.
Winning, not winning, though, doesn't even matter. I feel getting a nomination, an Emmy nomination, is a grand thing.
After the first season and I didn't get nominated, I thought, okay, I'm never going to get nominated. I'm not good enough. But I was really shocked. I was actually, and I don't think I've absorbed it completely.
This is somebody I want to become. This is somebody I want to have that. If I have that wisdom, if I have that, I think my life will be sorted for me. Because all the torture you do, it's to yourself. It's not. You don't do it to others. So that's what I want to be.
I'm a grown-up over Rishikesh Mukherjee's, films and Sai Paranj's films and Gulzar Saab's films and certainly like the way you mentioned, वो जगह एक खाली मुझे भी लग रही थी, तो this was an attempt to fill that gap because you see like what kind of films are coming out over there, and I felt like this sort of a genre is that place is empty.
I don't know what was your process. I don't know what was Swanand's process or Jaideep's process outside the set. There was no set. It was just, we were just going with the flow. But while we were there, we were all these three characters and we were thrown into this situation. And there was a strange, unrequited love story going on between all three of them.
Not every day do we get to witness a story that's as emotional, as heartwarming, and as sensitive as three of us. And well, today joining me at Bollywood Bubble is the amazing team of the film. Hi, you guys. How have you been?
All good. How have you been?
I have been great. In fact, just 20 minutes before this interview, I got to watch the trailer because it's not released. So, I had the preview of it. And it took me like 2-3 minutes to sink it in because firstly, it felt very realistic. It felt like, I remember that there was a moment in my life where my grandmother was at the, last stage of her life, and I went to the hospital to meet her. I was living in Bombay back then, and she couldn't recognize me. And that was heartbreaking. So when I was watching this, I almost could feel that, those memories came back and it made me very emotional. And then it made me thinking it's just a trailer. It's a 3-minute trailer that's left that impact on me. I wonder what the film will do. Firstly, congratulations on that only. I'm yet to watch the movie, but I'm sure it's going to be great. Also, the names associated with it. Avinash, starting with you, I feel in our film industry overall, this is that one genre, this slice of life film that almost feels very real and true to its sense. It was missing for a very long time. I don't remember the last time I watched something like this. Do you feel three of us will bring that charm, that realism back in cinema?
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was the intention, because I'm a grown up over Rishikesh Mukherjee's films and Sai Paranj's films and Gulzar Saab's films and certainly like the way you mentioned, वो जगह एक खाली मुझे भी लग रही थी, तो this was an attempt to fill that gap because you see like what kind of films are coming out over there, and I felt like this sort of a genre is that place is empty. So yeah.
For the two of you, you guys have been legends in what you do in your own sense. I must tell that. And so is Jaideep. Like Jaideep has been doing some great work in the past, I think 7-8 years. Of course, he has been working for a long time. But when the three of you come together, what was that, one thing that made you say that, yes, we have to do this?
The story. That's what drew me in. I mean, for the first time I spoke to Avinash, it was a Zoom call and he just gave me a one-line of it. I hadn't even read the script and I said, yeah, it was really as simple as that.
So for you?
For me, everything. It's like exactly the way she sings the story, but every name associated with it. Avinash, Matchbox, written by all the great team of this thing, Varun Grover, his name, and so all friends also, and so it was just one place where that something we are going to have a great time. I don't know whether something great will come out of it or तो that was the वो तो हो गई. But yeah, ये करने में कुछ मजा आने वाला है. And that's what, and Jaideep and Shefali, like ये दो लोग नाम थे. तो पहली बात तो ये कि कोई किसी अविनाश ने मेरे से पूछा ये रोल करने के लिए, which is वही मेरे लिए बहुत.
We have seen a lot of films with 3 main actors in it, you know, जैसे trio बोलते ही हैं. I feel if your co-star is as good as you or even better, it just enhances your own performance. I think in this one it must have been there a lot because the entire star cast is good. How was it for you, Shefali?
Amazing. I feed off I feed off everyone around on the set. So it's amazing. And you know, like Avinash keeps saying that this film made us, we didn't make this film. And everyone with the same mindset had come into it. I don't know what was your process. I don't know what was Swanand's process or Jaideep's process outside the set. There was no set. It was just, we were just going with the flow. But while we were there, we were all these 3 characters and we were thrown into this situation. And there was a strange, unrequited love story going on between all 3 of them. Not just 2.
Correct. How was it for you?
No, it was great, and the other thing was that when your co-actors, you know, I'm telling you, like I'm telling you in every interview that there were moments that you were just doing wow, what is, and I think that's what comes in your performance, in your this thing, that the location, the place, the space, and a very, very, very beautifully layered script, which doesn't look like a layered script, which just looks like a normal day-to-day conversations. And yeah, that's what it was. It was just खूबसूरत time जिसको बोलते हैं ना, वो था मेरा हमारी.
I agree, because you know we put in some we attach very serious words to some films. Very, you know, it has a lot of depth. It's this and that. I just feel it's a beautiful story, and if you can relate to it, it feels realistic to you. I think it's a job done well. And with this one, I have that feeling. But Avinash, when you get in a cast that's, you know, highly acclaimed in what they have been doing for a long time, and you have a story that's, you know, this beautiful, blending it all in, did it ever feel like a challenge? Because the expectations certainly rise up when they hear these names, right? And yours as well, because you have been directing some of the great projects that we have seen in the recent past.
See, for me, it was a very emotional moment because I made my first film back in 2013.
Yeah.
So coming to my second film has been a very long journey for me. So that longing was there, and I knew that okay, एक मराठी film जो मैंने बनाई थी किल्ला, एक उसका एक space था, एक उसके बाद पाताल लोक जो था, जो मैं किसी भी स्क्रिप्ट को हाँ बोलने से पहले मतलब मैं बहुत सोचता था उस वक्त, आज भी सोचता और सोचूंगा. बट पाताल लोक तक आने तक मुझे 6 साल लग गए उसके बाद, you know, and post पाताल लोक I guess like this film happened, and it took me 8 years to sort of like come to my second film, and I knew that like okay, this is the kind of film, क्योंकि एक शो के स्पेस में इस तरह का शो हुआ है. एक रीजनल फिल्म जो मराठी फिल्म मेरी पहली फिल्म थी वो इस तरह का, तो मैं चाहता था कि मेरी जो पहली हिंदी फिल्म हो, you know, like वो मेरे मन की हो, जो मैं महसूस करता हूँ, और बहुत एक अंदर से कुछ जो मुझे महसूस होता है फिल्मों के बारे में, किरदारों के बारे में, लाइफ के बारे में, अपनी लाइफ के बारे में, तो वो एक एहसास, वो फीलिंग में डाल पाऊँ कहानी में, एटलीस्ट वो एक तो फिल्म बने वैसी. और जो भी जिस तरह का सिनेमा मुझे बचपन से देखना पसंद है, जो खासकर आपने जिक्र किया कॉन्वर्सेशन में कि इस तरह का फिल्म आज देखने को नहीं मिलता है, तो मैं वही कोशिश करता हूँ कि जिस तरह का सिनेमा मुझे देखना है, कि वो बनाने की कोशिश एटलीस्ट इनिशियल दौर में, यू नो, मुझे करने को वो मिल रहा है. आई एम ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट, ऑफ कोर्स. एंड हर तरह के सब्जेक्ट के लिए, फिल्मों के लिए, आर्ट के लिए अपनी एक जगह है.
बिल्कुल.
तो और ये बहुत एक इंडियन इथॉस से भरी हुई फिल्म है, एक फैमिली फिल्म है, और जैसे जिस तरह से आप बोलते हो ना कि एक फैमिली एंटरटेनर होता है जो एक बहुत एक ब्लॉकबस्टर सा एक बड़ा फिल्म होता है, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत ही एक इंडियन फैमिली ईथॉस और फीलिंग वाली ये फिल्म है।
हाँ.
जो एंटरटेन भी करेगी आपको, बट लेकिन एंटरटेन करने के बावजूद आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें फील करवाएगी और रिफ्लेक्ट करवाएगी, और मुझे लगता है कि वो एक बहुत एक कैथार्टिक सा एक मोमेंट ऑडियंस के लिए होगा। एंड आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड टू नो audience's feedback and what they think about this film.
I'm sure it's going to be very positive. But Shefali, when I talk about your character, firstly there has been this notion that Shefali Shah does all the power-packed, strong characters, and I love those. But I feel, what's an actor without some versatility? And you have proven it time and again. I have all your characters in my head right now revolving, right from Delhi, Crime, Darlings, everything, Jalsa. There has just been so much from your end. But when I see Shailaja, I look at her, she has that vulnerability, I could also relate to her, because when you are at your emotional best quotient, you feel vulnerable, you almost feel that okay, abhi mujhe ek bhi kisi ne kuch bol diya na, I'll just break right here. That's the feeling I get from her. How different is Shefali from Shailaja in real life?
Well, I am an extremely emotional person. I only feel.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't know whether that's a good quality or no. And because I feel so strongly, it automatically makes me vulnerable. Like one of my best friends says that all of us put together cannot love and express the way you do. So everyone's always going to fall short in front of you. But I think that's also, I've played strong characters, and that's become somehow my the impression that I carry. So this is so different from that. I mean, she is, like you correctly said, she's not only she's very fragile. She's extremely fragile. Like, if you go too close to her, she won't break, but she'll just evaporate. It's like she's gone. Anyway, she's evaporated in her head. She's gradually just slipping off. Also, when we were discussing it, we didn't see it as a sad, even though she's going into dementia, we didn't see it as a sad situation. Ki arey yaar, bichara, that kind of a thing. We saw it as a exploration and a rediscovery as a child. When she goes back, it's like almost she's like in awe of everything, because everything is so beautiful and new, and the experience is new. So I see it as an extremely positive journey,
Lovely. So when I talk about your character, I find peace in him somehow, because whatever I understood from the trailer, that when your wife is going back, wanting to live the past, because maybe she's scared that she'll forget everything very soon. She goes and meets her childhood, friend, childhood lover. The way you have been shown in the trailer, it's like, okay, I have faith in her, and you are not someone who's getting very scared or very irritated about it, and you handle it with calm. And there's this conversation that you have, and she asks, ki last time kab hum dono saath mein dukhi the. That entire scene, to lend support to your on-screen wife and to just let her be. How did you convey that so convincingly?
So like you are asking such right questions.
Yeah.
Thank you. So for me, it's a very special situation. Like I don't think. So the uniqueness of the situation only motivated me to do what I did. It was the uniqueness of the script. Like I am not that person. I am not sure whether I am that person or I have that heart. Like she is discovering. She is, but this is somebody I want to become. This is somebody I want to have that. If I have that wisdom, if I have that, I think my life will be sorted for me.
Yeah.
Because all the torture you do, it's to yourself, you know, it's not, you don't do it to others. So that's what I want to be. And that's what I thought that, oh my God, and it's not only my character, all the characters, they are so compassionate towards each other. Even Shailaja is compassionate towards this man. She's not but उस रिश्ते में एक थोड़ा सा मंडेननेस है, एक नई चीज उसकी जिंदगी में खुल रही है और वो उसको खुलने देना चाह रही है, क्योंकि उसको आगे कोई चांस मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा उसको मालूम नहीं है. और ऐसे में ये दो कैरेक्टर्स है जो पूरी तरह से अलग तरह से उसको देख रहे हैं. सो it was just, but I'll tell you what was important for me was to be in the moment.
Yeah.
To be in the moment, and then the director and the cinematographer, who is one, did the magic, and he just captured the right things. That's what I'll say.
Avinash, when I talk about cinema in general, I think it's a fab time. I think since 3-4 months we are getting back to back blockbusters, and I'm personally very happy because this was missing.
Yeah.
You know, when Jawan released, it was almost like a celebration.
Yeah.
You know, it became like an emotion, and I feel you very rightly said every film has its own space. It will find its audience, and I feel the same about three of us. Even though there is this notion कि ये किसमें fit होती है, this feels like a film that maybe does not fit that commercial backing that we keep talking about. But I feel such films are even better to watch. Like as an audience member, as a critique, I love watching such films. Do you feel that it's the perfect time to release a film like this one in theaters?
Whenever film comes out, that's the perfect time.
Perfect time.
It's not about because things happen because there are the multiple forces which are acting upon everything. You think like you are directing your life, but that is not the case. That's how universe works. So whatever, I'm very optimistic, hopeful, and I'm very happy that finally, because I had not thought like this film will have any chance to come out on screen, like with respect to whatever we faced during pandemic and post-pandemic world, where small films were just like stopped coming out into the theaters. You rightly said, like these were the market-driven choices. But when audience has again started going out into the cinema halls, and I'm very happy that like all those big films have worked, and people have come into that habit of going and visiting to the cinema halls and with their friends, family. That's very important. And when such small films, good films, bad films, I'm not talking about, there are only, I think there are only two kinds of films. They are not big and small. There are only two kinds of films, good films and bad films. It's not about big and small and this
I
and
agree.
that. Because stories, like no story is, see, it's the most, and I believe in the fact that the most, जब scale की बात करते हैं ना हम लोग, मुझे लगता है कि actor के face से बड़ा scale तो मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखता है. वो face जो emote करता है, जो emotions, वो आपको कोई दूसरी कोई भी कायनात की ब्यूटी आपको वो उस तरह का फीलिंग नहीं दे सकती है, जो एक फेस, एक ह्यूमन फेस आपको जो इमोशन देता है. और वो जो इमोशन आप, वो फेस जब आप बड़े पर्दे पे देखते हो, और जिस तरह के एक एक्सप्रेशंस आपको दिखते हैं उसमें ना, जो भाव दिखते हैं, वो आपको कहीं बहुत एक डीप रूटेड आपके फीलिंग को कनेक्ट करते हैं आपको वहाँ पे, तो ऑफ कोर्स लाइक इट आज का वक्त जब आपको पता है कि कोई आ नहीं रहा है थिएटर में, तो आपको वो एक बहुत बड़ी फिल्म में लगती है कि शायद वो एक उस तरह का एक समा बांध के आप लोगों को लेके आओ और दिखाओ, एंड ओनली दोज काइंड ऑफ फिल्म्स, आई डोंट थिंक ओनली दोज काइंड ऑफ फिल्म्स विल वर्क. इट्स लाइक इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द पैंडेमिक, लाइक सब कुछ ही एक वो स्टेज पे चला गया था कि पीपल वर नॉट लाइक कमिंग आउट इनटू द थिएटर. So for them, and then slowly this habit will be there, and then the moment people will see good films, they will encourage small films also, and then market choice will be different. Like people will encourage themselves to sort of like get those films out in the theater. So I'm very happy that this is a very good sign, because I was not expecting that this would come out in the theaters, but it's coming out, and I'm very grateful.
And it can't be, you said small film. I don't think it can be a small film, because as you said, there's no small, there's no big. It's just a good movie or a bad movie, and I feel such good names associated with this one. it wouldn't be fair to.
No, then what is good and bad? Good and bad is like whether people are able to connect to it or not.
Yeah.
Like if people are connecting to Jawan, Pathan, and like they're good films. Like it's like I won't judge any. I really don't judge any kind of a cinema. I think it's like it's for the audience and every kind of audience is there.
Of course.
मतलब जिस तरह से see it's any kind of an art or it's very basic. It appeals to your senses. Like everyone knows what is a good food and like tasteless food and this and that ना. Like music के बारे में भी आपको पता है कि अच्छा music क्या है, बुरा music. अच्छा बुरा कुछ नहीं होता है. Whatever connects.
Yeah.
So I guess you give it out in front of people. क्योंकि कुछ सिर्फ accessibility का चीज होती है.
Yeah.
Popularity is something else. लेकिन accessibility अगर maintain रहे कि अगर मतलब आपको मतलब हर एक तरह का cuisine सबको नहीं मिलता है ना. लेकिन अगर उनको वो एक्सेस अगर मिला जाए तो फिर वो टेस्ट डेवलप होता है. तो आई गेस इट्स दैट्स द टाइम. लाइक
Shefali, firstly, congratulations on the Emmy nomination. It's such a good feeling because we must clap because
Yes. So sweet. Thank you.
When anyone, gender no bar, anyone who makes India proud, it's always a great feeling. And we have had Priyanka Chopra doing it for a long time. We have had so many talented people like you, doing it now. And I just truly feel it's well deserved because it's one of those shows, one of the characters that everyone loved. I have not ever read any bad review about you or the series ever since the first part released. So how was that feeling? Because winning, not winning, though doesn't even matter. I feel getting a nomination, an Emmy nomination, is a grand thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, are you, like, when I got to know, I said, are you sure? And the person who told me, she said, why are you so surprised at it? But I don't think it's still, I don't think it's sinking in yet. You hear of it. And then I read it, but I was like, okay. Like, I don't, it's probably, like you said, it's too big to imagine. You feel, and there is this hope, a nomination hi mil jaye. It's like that. But after the first season, and I didn't get nominated, and I thought, okay, I'm never going to get nominated, I'm not good enough. But I was really shocked. I was actually, and I don't think I've absorbed it completely.
Oh God, how much I relate to that because when you're waiting for something or manifesting something to happen, it finally happens, you feel super small. You feel like, how do I react to it?
Yeah.
It's done, it's happened.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this moment for so long. I can completely get you, but if I don't ask this, everyone will be very upset. What's the update on the third season? I hear it's better and bigger than ever.
Well, we are aiming to make it, we want it to grow. Obviously, it's an amazing legacy that Rishi Mehta gave us. And then Tanuj Chopra carried it forward. And we want to carry it forward, but make it even more relatable. Relatable in terms of, that it's not just a crime thriller. It talks about a lot of social issues. And I think we're going to continue with that. And there is a lot of sensitivity. There's a lot of vulnerability as well as strength. So, I can't wait. It'll only be next year because right now it's in the writer's room. When, though, I don't know. But the day they announce, I'll be jumping the most.
Me too. Recently, I remember last year when we spoke during Darlings, everyone just loved Alia and you as a duo, and recently she won a national award. You have been a national award winner yourself. Do you feel that every good performer is finally getting their due on a grand level?
Yes. But I don't know if it is every good performer. I'm so happy that Alia has gotten this, I'm so happy. But I don't know if the most splendid, there is so much talent in our country that I don't even know if they really dig in and choose and, felicitate that talent enough. So, but I'm sure it's moving there. And I think finally also, I think it boils down to yes, you want an acclaim, but finally it also boils down to how is the respect translating into work, you know. So yeah, I just hope that these amazing performers not only get awards but get the work
Yeah.
time and time again to prove what they do.
Agreed completely. And I hope 3 of us also receives the, deserved appreciation that I feel it truly has potential and deserves. But thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you.
All the very best for this film and every project of yours. Thank you for being on Bollywood.
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shefali Shah.
Hi, I'm Swanand Kirkire.
Hi, I'm Avinash Arun.
You are
And
watching us on Bollywood Bubble.